When you say Dick Tracy on gaming consoles back in the day, most gamers think of either the NES or Genesis games, but most forget about the entry on the Game Boy. This version, however, is strictly a side-scrolling action game and forgoes the gallery shooting of the Genesis game, as well as the driving and gathering clues aspect of the NES. You play as ace detective Dick Tracy, the banana coat wearing, Tommy gun wielding tough guy who's out to capture the recently escaped big boy Caprice, who has also kidnapped Dick's main squeeze Tess. No Madonna in this one. The Gumshoe controls just like his bigger NES brother, with the A button jumping and the B button using his fists. And much like the NES game, you never feel like you connect with your punches, it just feels kinda off. One thing that's great about the game is you have a pretty decent arsenal at your disposal. You get your standard pistol with limited ammo, but you also get a Tommy gun that sprays bullets. You also get the use of tear gas that can take out hard to reach enemies, and even hand grenades that clears the screen when you get into deep trouble. And don't worry about the limited amount of bullets that you get plenty of opportunities to collect extra ammo too. Speaking of which, some other power-ups you'll come across are hearts, stars, and pieces of paper. Hearts replenish your health, stars net you an extra life, and the pieces of paper are used for the slide puzzle minigames at the end of each stage. Rearranging the pieces into a picture, you can get bonus health and time, which is great, and I really like this addition as it made me feel like an actual detective, and not so much an angel of death. You get 5 stages here with 3 areas each, complete with a password system as well as limited continues. And you may think this is a straight up, left to right affair, but you'll be spending plenty of time climbing ladders, pipes, and ropes to get around. Which leads me to one of my major complaints about the game. The level design just goes on and on and can get really boring as you wander around just to find the exit. But during one of my gameplay sessions, my impatience kind of paid off, as you can just leap over bigger portions of certain stages and skip all the nonsense to get to the end of the level. Because the stages are serpentine in design, the enemies are packed together like sardines in some places. You have knife-wielding baddies as well as those that carry guns and Tommy guns too. Hell, some even throw tires to try to stop you. The music here is not too bad, although the NES soundtrack is vastly superior, we do get some nice tracks here. Graphically, the game is pretty ho-hum. Everything is kind of stock and nothing stands out except the in-between cutscenes. Now these interludes of exposition look great, and some even have nice detail like the freckles on the shoulders or the wrinkles on Pruneface. Good job. One last funny bit I want to mention was the beginning of level 3, the dock level. It kind of took me by surprise as you have to make tight platforming jumps across the waterways. Not only that, but some sections you have to swing on a rope like Tarzan to proceed. Right when I saw the ropes, I thought this was going to be a bastard of a stage, but in my total disbelief, it ended up being one of the easiest and most fun to play, so that'll teach me, I guess. Dick Tracy on the Game Boy is a tough one to recommend. It has long levels, numerous cheap enemies, and slightly off hand-to-hand combat. The music and graphics feel kinda average, but the cutscenes, platforming, and arsenal weapons are great. The game is short at only 5 levels, but I think it adds rather than subtracts to the experience. You get a simple password feature, and there are a few hidden cheats that can be accessed through the password screen too. I'm going to recommend this game to die-hard Dick Tracy fans only, as a loose copy of this game still goes for around $50. Ouch. So with that said, I'm Will, thanks a lot for tuning in. For those about to retro, we salute you. Take care.